Good evening to all of you. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. So today we are going to have our discussions on free scene. So first of all, I will brief about myself. So I'm Dimatu Suranjana and a fellow member of CA Sri Lanka. The objective of today's session is to go through the free scene material given and identify some of the important area for the strategic management subject, SL4 in other words. Right. So we'll start our discussions from what is common free scene. Right. So if you look at about the material given here, it is called common free scene. I will show you another material for you. Give me 1 second. This is another material. Now, if you look at about this one, this is called common free scene, December 2023, SL1 to SL4. Now see this one. Now, if you look at about this one, SL5 integrated case study, free scene, December 2023. Now, if you look at about the two case studies given, the first one that is applicable for us is called common free scene. This is called SL5 free scene. Right. So, what is the reason behind of calling this one as common free scene? So, we'll start our discussion from that point. The reason behind to call this as common free scene. So, the reason is very clear. The reason for that one is if you go through the facts given in this case study, this is relevant for all the 4 papers at strategic level, SL1 to SL4. So it can be financial accounting, it can be financial management, so it can be taxations, or it can be strategic management. This is common. So that indicates within this case study, there are points relevant for 4 subjects, not only for strategic management subject. Not only for strategic management, this is applicable for all 4 subjects. Therefore, our challenge is to find the relevant facts for our subject itself. And we don't want to put much attention for the areas which are not relevant for us. So our objective here is to look at about the point relevant for SL4 subject. Right? So I want to discuss my discussion from that point. Right? Right. Then the important thing is your paper structure. Now, if you look at about the paper structure, your paper consists of two sections. Section 1, then other one is section 2. Now, if you look at about the section 1 include two questions. Each question carry 25 marks. Now you can see that here. Section 1 include two questions. Each question carry 25 marks. Now here see this 25 mark for the question number 1. Then question number 2, again 25 marks. Now, if you look at about the section 2, the question number 3, so 50 marks are allocated for this. Question number 3 carries 50 marks. Now, if you look at about the beginning of the questions, see this. Question number 3, based on the common phrasing. Question number 3, based on the common phrasing. Now, so at the beginning we found our material was called as common phrasing. Right. So the section number 2, now it is clear the section number 2, question number 3 is based on the common phrasing given. So what examiner say on this? Now, if you look at about what examiners say on this, it say, in addition to the information provided in the phrasing, you are provided with the following additional informations. So interesting point. So examiners say, in addition to the information provided in the phrasing, you are provided with the following additional informations. So that indicate your question number 3 based on both phrasing given and what is available here. This is called unseen. Because you are going to see this one in the real exam. In the exam hall, you will see this unseen material part. Right? So, in addition to the information provided in the phrasing, you are provided the following additional information. So it's clear. So we want to have a good understanding about the phrasing. Then at the same time, in the exam hall, we have to go through the unseen part in detail also. Right. Now see how long this. Look at about this unseen part. This is less than 1 page. Less than 1 page. So that indicates the most of the questions are tested based on the phrasing material given. Now this is less than 1 page. Now if you look at about this unseen material given, this is 16 pages. 16 pages. If you allocate 1 for each subject, you divide 16 by 4, there are 4 subjects, SL1 to SL4, then averagely 4 pages for one particular subject. So SL4, averagely 4 pages. Now in the real exam, only 1 page is allocated for this. So that indicate 80% of the mark will be tested. So approximately will be tested from the phrasing material given. Therefore, it is important to be familiar with the material given. You should have good understanding about the free scene given. Right. Now, I thought to look at about this examiner's comment also. Examiner's comment. Now, see this. What the examiner say here, this question number, see the pass rate. Only around 20% of them manage to score 50 or more. This is 20%. Question number 1. Question number 2. Again, examiner say only 20% of the candidates score more than 50. Section 2, examiner say the question carried 50 marks and around 22% of the candidate, score more than 25 marks. So if you average this, the average pass rate of SML then is how much? Tell someone, let me know. So will I count or not? Just figure out and let me know what the percentage. I want your interaction also, otherwise this will become more boring for you. Can someone let me know what is the pass rate of SML? According to this examiner's comment document. First question, pass rate is 20%. Second question, pass rate is 20%. Question number 3, pass rate is 22%. Then you know the marks and then you can determine the pass rate of SML. Approximately. Can someone let me know? So I'm dealing with accountants, figures, accountant, put in figures. Huh? So what do you think? So approximately it should be 21%, no? Because the second question's first question 20, second question 20, that means 50% now of the total mark. Then the question number 3, it carry 50 marks. They are 22%. Yes, 21% pass rate as per the examiner's comment. 21% pass rate for the SML. So that indicate 79% of the students fail the subject. So 79% of the students fail. So that tell about the difficulty of passing this paper. Many students think, is SML, no, you can get a note from someone and just study, maybe a short note. I can go to the exam hall and write it and pass it. So that is not the truth. This is a different story. So when you look at about the pass rate, I think you can conclude what I have told you. It proved my facts about this lower pass rate applicable for SML. So therefore, it is your duty to analyze the informations given. Right. So you have enough time. Today is 7th of December. So during the next few days, do your analysis. I will show you the analysis I have done for the last time students. Now still this time I have not done analysis. I will show you, give me 1 second. So this is the analysis I have done last time. June 2020, 3 paper. There were 3 companies actually the last time. SPL, CSL and PTL. One was a hotel. Another one was a plantations company, tea plantation. Then the third one was this traveling company. Right. So this is the analysis I have done. Now see, because I have to do 3 analysis for each company. Therefore, it became more long actually. So this time I don't want to have an analysis like this because I can cut down this probably 40 to 50% of the analysis last time done because it was connected with the 3 companies. Now this time my work is easy. Your job is easy, not my work. Since you are going to write the exam. So these analysis I have done. Now you can see how many analysis. For each one 3 now. So last time it was around 110 analysis. That means this time I will end up with 40 to 45 analysis. Maximum 50 analysis because most of them are connected to 3 companies. So you have to also do those analysis. So I have covered every area in the syllabus, right? So therefore I am kindly requesting you go through the free scene given and do your own analysis on the free scene material, right? So any questions up to now? You can raise. Right. Yeah. So once I have done my analysis, it will be shared by the CA Sri Lanka. Nothing to worry on that. Any more questions, guys? So up to now, so no problems, right? That's fine, fantastic, right? So no problem mean 2 things. One is you didn't understand anything. Other option is you got the things perfectly right. I hope the second scenario is applicable with you, not the first scenario. Right. Now, so first of all, before going through the common pre-scene given, I will try to get an understanding about this particular case study by going through a PowerPoint slides, few PowerPoint slides, right? So I will go through a few PowerPoint slides. It's a very simple one. So our company name is Sunshine Construction PLC. Sunshine Construction PLC. When you see the name, one thing is clear. This is a listed company. This is a listed company in Colombo Stock Exchange. Right. Now, if you look at about this, now if you look at the history, this was founded by Kunchi Banda Appuhami. The guy who established the company was Kunchi Banda Appuhami. So initially he worked as a local carpenter and mason and helping villagers build houses. Then gradually he expanded his business and he was called as Kunchi Banda Bas. He was called as Kunchi Banda Bas. And later what happened, he got the service of many people. One day he went to bank to get a loan. Then the bank manager asked him to start a company. So So as a result of that, actually, he formed the Sunshine Construction Private Limited in 1975 with family and Kamal Veragam. Initially, actually, so if you look at the board, actually himself, then the Kamal Veragam was there, plus his four brothers. If you look at about shareholdings, in addition to his brothers and Kamal Veragam, then his two sisters were also given some shares in share ownerships. Right. So at the beginning, their objective was to focus on small scale constructions. So he recruited civil engineers, craftsmen, technical staff members, and with the time, this Gabonu De Silva was appointed as executive director. You know who is executive director? Someone who is fully involved in the business. And they started to focus on larger projects also, especially they tried to get these government contracts. They had a slogan. The slogan was timely and high quality delivery. Timely and high quality delivery was the slogan. So if you look at about the slogans of them, there are two areas focusing. One is timely, that means there are no delays. On time, they will deliver the particular construction work. Then high quality one, so their work will be high quality one. But at the same time, actually, they face a lot of challenges, especially in maintaining the quality and managing resources. Then, so they diversified into some other areas also, especially they actually established two companies. One was Sunshine Manufacturing Private Limited in 2003. So their objective was to manufacture eco-friendly construction material. Then in 2005, actually, this company became a public company listed in the share market. Actually, that happened after 30 years period because initially company was established in 1975. Then after 30 years time, they established it in the share market. Then they enter into this real estate and housing sectors also. They form a company called Sunshine Real Estate and Residence Private Limited for that particular purpose. They got the money for this company through the IPO. Then if you look at about the current challenges and strategies, so we know what has happened in Sri Lankan economy. Actually, especially these construction companies are struggling. This government hold their payment. These construction companies, they struggling because of that actually. So within the case study, it was mentioned that they took a decision to stop getting new government project until they receive the money also. So definitely they may have a huge working capital problem because of the receivable from government organizations for the construction work done. So that is one of the biggest problem they have faced. Then, so they are now thinking to look at about exploring the overseas market also to find new opportunities. Especially they want to sell this housing complex for this diaspora. So at the moment they are facing few big issues. One is their market share is sinking, and they face more operational challenges also, and they more focus on improving the management process and financial stability also. Then it comes to the future outlook and performance. In the past, actually, our revenue and profit have come down continuously. So we are more focusing on working capital management and debt restructuring. So we think that there will be huge impact for our housing constructions, especially when this VAT will be, VAT increase in 1st of January 2024 from 15 to 18%. Then they try to think about some new acquisition also to get some raw materials for the production work. So in the past few years, dividend has not been paid due to these financial difficulties. If you look at the share price, it is at a very low level, historically low level. So that indicate the challenges we are facing. Right. So that is snapshot of the case study to get some understanding about our case study. Right. Any questions, guys? So I will share this one. Give me 1 second. Right. Already shared here. Hope you got it. Can someone confirm whether you have received it or not? No, here I just not here. Okay. Then I think I may have done a mistake. Give me 1 second. Hope now you have received. Okay. So you can share this one. Right. You can save actually this one. And so you can share the material with your friends also. So then they will be also benefited. Right. So objective of this PowerPoint slide presentation was to get some understanding about this the company the given for us. With that particular understanding, we can move to our discussions. Right. Now, see what I have done on this one. I have highlighted. So then I try to identify some of the areas which can be tested. Right. So, for example, see this second para, I look at the second para. At the beginning, I say leaderships. So, when I'm reading the second para information, there are some point relevant to leadership. So, I try to catch that. Right. So, that's why I have mentioned as a leadership. So my recommendation is get a hard copy. If you are really familiar with the soft copy, then you can work with the soft copy. But it is always better to get a hard copy. See this? I have hard copy. I have taken hard copy. Right? So, see. So then I think you can highlight the things with the hard copy. You can write anything you like. This PDF, there may be some restrictions sometimes. So when you try to write the things, stuffs, right? So that is one thing I'm asking for you to do. Now, if you look at the number of pages of this pre-scene, how many numbers? 16 pages. If I'm not mistaken, I think last time the pre-scene was more than that, guys. So see this one, June 2023. So it was a 20-page pre-scene analysis because there were 3 companies given. Southern Plantation, number 3. Then number 4, there's another one, Crystal Center Beach. Then number 5, that travel company. Right, see? because that due to these three companies, it was a very long one. Right. Now see these certain areas, see what I have done, see this one, ECG, corporate governance, and not relevant for my subject. I have marked like that the last time. Right. So it was 20-page one, right? But this time, examiner is favor to you. He has constructed small case study compared with the previous one. This include only 16 pages, right? But so this financial analysis also a lot of information here. This financial data, lot of financial data. Now that is not much important for our subject. Now if you look at it from page number 10, see this 11, 12, 13, 14, 4 pages actually has been allocated for providing some financial data. So that also reduce the content given for our subject. But at the same time, that increase a particular resource. What is the risk? Increase. So there will be less point within the free seat. So you can expect more point in the unseen material in the exam hall. That risk is there. Right? Right. So common free scene. So we'll go through the free scene given. So my advice is you should spend at least 4 to 5 hours for at least one reading. Right? You can do at least 5 reading, right? Out of that 5 reading, for one of the reading, we have to go for a detailed analysis. You have to spend at least 4 to 5 hours for that. Other reading maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour, that's fine. But I kindly request you go for a detailed reading, right? Actually, it took me some more times for my detailed review, right? So this is my detail. While I was reading this detailed one, I tried to do a little bit some of the work, also small work actually. Some of the small work, right? So up to now, I have done only 10 pages, 11 pages work. So this approximately took 5 hours, the detailed reading one, right? So therefore, I also I am requesting you to do a similar detailed reading one, right? To look at the facts given, historical review. Now there are different parts the questions. The first part is historical review. So it take until page number 5. Then so it talk about the history. Then it talk about the current status of the Sunshine Group. What about the current situations of the Sunshine Group? These 3 subsidiaries. Then at the same time, they talk about these management processes of Sunshine Group. Management processes, group performance and future strategies. Then annexure on these financial information are given. Annexure to this market forecast. Actually, 3 things actually. Talk about the past history. Talk about the current situations. Third one, talk about the prospects, future prospects for the industry. So there are 3 main parts in the case study. Right? History, current situations, future predictor situations. Right. So we'll go through. Historical review. Sunshine Construction Private Limited. Sunshine Construction Private Limited. SCL was listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange in 2005 as Sunshine Construction PLC just after celebrating its 30th anniversary. So this company was listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange CSE in 2005 after 30 years. Actually, then the company should be established in 1975. Right. Right. Then when it comes to the second para, it say Kunchabanda Puhami, Kunchibanda was born in a village called Tihagoda. Kunchibanda Puhami was born in a village called Tihagoda in the Matara district as the eldest son to an underprivileged family with 4 brothers and 2 sisters. There are 6 family members, 6 siblings for him. He born with a poor family. He was born in a poor family. Their hometown was Tihagoda, that Matar Tihagoda. His father was a farmer and his mother was a housewife who helped her husband with farming and look after the housework and 7 children. Now, though, if you look at about these old days, many people were farmers. No? Then, if you look at about the family, this mother was not involved in any activity. Actually, the mother's job was to look after the family. No, so similar situation here. There are 7 kids. No, there were 7 kids here. Then some information is given about Kunchibanda. Kunchibanda was a good carpenter as well as a mason. Kunchibanda was a good carpenter as well as a mason who helped his village people to build their houses during his free time. He was a good carpenter and mason and who helped the people in their village to construct houses during his free time. That was the beginning, no? So he tried to learn this art of this carpenter and mason professions. So while he is having free time, he helped to people in their village. He completed his secondary education and spent his free time reading books and playing his favorite musical instrument, the flute. So talk about his habits also, hobbies actually, hobbies also. Like to read books and play musical instrument, the flute. Then there are some information given regarding his leadership style. It say he was an energetic entrepreneur who tried to manage opportunities successfully. Right. So he's an energetic entrepreneur who tried to manage opportunities successfully. So someone who capitalized opportunities in the environment. He was a popular young person among his friends and villagers, saying he was always there to help them. Someone who is helping the people. Surely a more people-oriented leader. People-oriented leadership. His brothers and sisters team up to give him a hand with his work. And his friends were also always there with him whenever there was work to be done. So this guy's PR is really good. Should be a people-oriented leader, a more people-oriented leadership. At the same time, someone who has capitalized opportunities in the environment also. Therefore, you can say he's a visionary leader also. So there are a few points I have highlighted. One is he's a people-oriented leader. People-oriented leader. And the next point is someone who capitalized the opportunities in the environment. So we can say he's a visionary leader also. He's a visionary leader also. Right. Then we can move to the next para. Kunchibanda started undertaking jobs and construction work even from areas out of his hometown and became popular as Kunchibanda Bas. Now, initially, he was involving the work in his own village. Now, he's expanding himself, go out of his village and started to do construction work in near villages also. And he was popular as Kunchibanda Bas. See, this skill of the examiner is really skillful. The way that he has constructed the case study. This is true story, how it was happened in the past. So, true, similar to a true story. So, he beautifully create the case study for you. Right? He became a very popular guy called Kunchibanda Bas. His popularity grew day by day, and he was able to increase their family income since all his brothers and sisters were working for him. And now they started to earn more money. Kunchibanda trained quite a number of village people in order to get their assistance in his work and paid them well for their daily work. He's someone who paid well for the employees. So I earlier also mentioned he should be an employee-oriented leader. Therefore, he was able to have his own helpers, senior carpenters, mason and plumbers who work at his construction site. So all these informations give is more employee-oriented leader or people-oriented leader. Earlier also I mentioned the same point. Employee-oriented leader. Right, any questions, guys? Right. Now the next para, one day Kunchibanda went to obtain a term loan from his bank to buy construction equipment for his business. He wanted to get some money to buy construction equipment for his business. However, he was unable to secure the loan due to the unavailability of financial statement for submission to the bank to demonstrate his ability to repay the loan, even though he had been made a bank account with the bank for more than 15 years. Now, see this. So when you see this, the information that so he had a bank account for 15 years, but when he requests a loan from the bank reject it because he doesn't have any formal document to show about his business performance. There are no financial statement. However, the bank manager advised Kunchibanda to start a company and open a bank account and prepare record of all the transactions for the next 3 months. Right. That's the thing, when a customer comes to the bank to get a loan, if they don't have any evidence to prove their income, so normally what manager is asking is please deposit the money or income you have earned in the next 3 month or 6 month period. Then he look at about the income which is credited to the account. Based on that, he decide whether he can grant a loan or not. Similar story here. So he asks to open a company, start a company, and open a bank account for the company. Hope you can see the screen. You can see the screen, no? Can someone confirm whether you can see the screen? Okay. Right. And for that purpose, to get assistance from a qualified accountant who could prepare financial statement and submit them along with the loan applications. So now they want some financial statement also, therefore asked to get the help of an accountant to do that. Incidentally, soon after the meeting with the bank, Kunchibanda met one of his schoolmates, Kamal Viragama, who was practicing as chartered accountant at that time, and requested his opinion and advice on how to register limited liability company with the register of companies while appointing his four brothers as directors of the company. He found his one of friends. He's a chartered accountant. Then he get the consultant from that guy how to establish a company by making his four brothers as directors in addition to him, right? So Kunchibanda wanted to retain the position of chairman. He wanted to retain his position as chairman and offer Kamal to join as a director of the company. Kamal is a chartered accountant. No? Once it was formed, since he knew all the formalities, accounting, taxation, and especially how to negotiate with the bank. Now, this guy is saying financial knowledge, no? So invite to serve to the board. Kamal accepted the offer to act as a director and help to prepare the financial statement and negotiate with the bank along with the finance staff of the company. Right? He did the work we need, that is preparation of financial statement and negotiate with the bank to get the loan. Kamal proposed the name. He has proposed the name for the company. It's interesting. It's our the store leader, not team actually. Kamal proposed the name Sunshine Construction Private Limited for the company. So we named Sunshine Construction Private Limited for the company. Kunchibanda and his family agreed to register the company as Sunshine Construction Private Limited. SCL was registered on 1st January 1975 with a small office adjoining Kunchibanda's house. Right. Initially, there were account assistant and key technical staff to supervise and bill client for the work done. Now, see this. The registration date was 1st of January 1975. At the beginning, it was mentioned that in 2005 it was listed after 30 years. Now it is matching the information now. Because the company here it says that company was established in 1975. Kunchibanda handled receivable from clients since he maintained personal relationship with each client. There are some receivable from different clients now. He maintained the personal relationship with each client to get the receivable. No. SCL was a fast-growing company and recruited civil engineers, draftsmen, quantity servers, and qualified technical staff. Now they are growing. Now they recruit some people, qualified people. Kamal then approached Kunchibanda and advised him to appoint one of his good friends, Gamunu De Silva, an experienced civil engineer with a first-class degree and master's qualification from the University of Peradeniya, who also practiced as a chartered engineer as an executive director to head the operation of SCL. So in the summary also it was mentioned that about the story. So one of the friend, Gamunu De Silva, was appointed as executive director. You know the function of executive director. He is someone who is fully involved in the business activities while serving the board also, like managing director, MD. The board of directors unanimously agreed, and Gamnu was appointed in 1980 as an executive director to head and oversee the construction site and operation of SCL. So 1980 he was appointed as executive director. All the technical staff, including engineers, came under his purview. All these technical guys reported to him. He teamed up with the marketing and finance team in assessing new site and operating quotations. MD job, no. So he has performed this similar job to the managing director. Then Kunchibanda retained 60% of the shares of SCL and allocate 5% each to the two outside directors, Kamal and Gamun, chartered accountant and chartered engineer. No? Then 60 plus 5 into 2 is 10, then 70. No? The rest was allocated among his four brothers and two sisters who had successfully completed their secondary educations. There are 30% is remaining. That means 5% for each. Right? 5% for each. Now here I have identified that part. See this share ownership at beginning. This 5%. Then their names are not given of brothers and sisters. Then Punjabanda advised its co-brothers to acquire knowledge on construction technology as they were serving as directors of the company. So he advised his co-brothers to acquire knowledge of construction technology. As they were serving as directors of the company, fortunately, Mathura Technical College was established in 1974, and from there, they were able to obtain diplomas in construction technology. More technology were acquired by brothers. SCL subsequently quoting for government tenders. Now what happened? Now they are bigger company. They started to quote for some of the government contracts. This government is the largest customer in Sri Lanka. So if you can get contract from government, so that give more opportunities for you to earn more money. So SCL subsequently started quoting for government tenders for the construction of building and road with competitive prices and offer the best services the company could provide, since they had adequate expertise in managing construction work. So they are normally quote with a competitive price. Normally, if you look at the government contracts, actually, government is more interested about the cost. So hopefully they select the construction company who has quoted the lowest price when they're granting contracts. Therefore, they try to submit quotation with competitive prices. With the competitiveness that's set in and need to maintain high quality standard, keyword, the percentage of profit reduce in comparison to the old days. A percentage of profit reduce in comparison to the old days. Now the cost is increasing. Timely and high quality delivery has slogan adopted by SCL. So we identify that point in our presentation also earlier. Prove quite challenging to achieve in the construction due to the scarcity of resources such as good quality workers and raw material, modern machinery, expertise in the industry, and issues with regard to scheduling of project in hand. Now, if you are conducting SWOT analysis, now that should be the first analysis actually. That's the first analysis you have to construct. So SWOT one, then you can get an overall understanding about the case study. You are constructing the SWOT analysis, this particular point. So it say that it's challenging. Why it is challenging? The scarcity of resources. That means this is threat, in the SWOT analysis. Even you can consider this one while you are developing the 5 process model also. Their strategy also briefly explained. For example, high quality standard. So plus timely and high quality delivery. So that seemed to be a more differentiation based strategy. If you look at the Michael Porter's generic strategies, this is more relevant in the differentiation strategy. But if you look at the Bowman strategy clock, you look at about the competitive prices also. So then it may be different strategy, maybe like hybrid strategy. If you go to the Bowman strategy clock, right? You focus on both cost and the differentiation factor. Now, if you look at about the vision statement given, it says the vision of SCL is, what the vision? To be the leading brand in construction. To be the leading brand in construction, recognized for quality and innovations, and supporting our staff and the community in which we work by being the contractor of choice in the South Asian region. Right. So their vision seems to be a good one, no? But only question is whether it is too large one. Why I'm saying like that? So it has not mentioned that we are the number 1 in Sri Lanka. I have found such informations. Still, we are not the number 1. So maybe a big company, construction company. So So that raised some questions whether this vision is practical to achieve. If you are in the middle size in Sri Lankan market, probably you can say being the contract of choice in the Sri Lanka. So that may be more practical, but here there are some doubt on that. So examiner has given the visions, so that is relevant to our subject. So be careful on that one. Keep your eye on this visions. You can go for a detailed analysis of the vision statement. But more information is relevant with their strategy. So again, they talk about this quality and innovations. If you look at the vision statement, focusing on quality and innovation mean their strategies differentiations. When it comes to photos, generic strategies, differentiation strategy. Right. In 2003, Kuchibanda, the chairman pointed out at one of the board meetings that SCL should start the manufacturing of product related to the construction industry under a separate company with a reliable investor, operate 20% of the ownership of the proposed company to him. And he want to start a new company, to manufacture some of the raw material required. Sunshine Manufacturing Private Limited SML was incorporated in 2003 with an initial stated capital of 200 million with SCL holding 80% of the ownership and Somapal Edrising holding the rest. That means 20%, balance 20%. No? So now probably the Somapal has invested 40 million. Then this Kunchibanda has invested 160 million. Sompal was a chartered engineer with 20 years of experience in the construction industry locally as well as overseas, a well-experienced guy. Kunchibanda became the initial chairman of SML with Sompal assuming the role of managing director. So he's the chairman, but Sompal was given the managing director post. Kosala Appuhami, the eldest son of Kunchibanda, was appointed as executive director of SML in 2003. This new company, son was appointed as the executive director. Kosala was 25 years old at that time and had just graduated as a civil engineer from the University of Sydney, obtaining a Bachelor of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Kosala, being a young engineer, had many novel ideas to be introduced as innovations to the group. Innovations. So that is one of our key area focusing. He was appointed to overlook the manufacturing process. I was appointed to overlook the manufacturing process. Right. What do you think? Any point? Any other things that should be considered? What do you think about this young guy? When this young guy is appointed as executive director, right? Do you like to see, suppose your age is 55, you are very experienced accountant. Say for your company, 5-year-old guy is appointed as executive director. You have to say, sir to that guy. Do you like? One of my questions for you. What do you think? Do you like to say sir to such guy or madam if that one is a lady? Practically, what do you think? You don't like. Now here it's clearly mentioned. If you look at about this, the Somapal Edrising, he's having 20 years of experience in the construction industry, both in local and overseas market. Right. So when this young guy was appointed, if that guy is having more power than this Somapal, he may not be happy on this one. So sometime there may be some informations, additional informations on this. Within the unseen, maybe additional informations. Additional informations Probably a complex. Among or between MD and Kosala. Probably, yeah. So I thought in that way. That may not also happen. Right? I remember in similar case, not similar case, this is a true story. One day I went to buy some computer equipment from one of the main company, right? Then I had a chat with the owner. While I had the chat, I found nice, interesting thing. Then there was another company. Actually, normally we interact. That particular company's competitor. Then we have a chat about that company also. Then the company owner told me that I was there. Then very interesting. Then I had more chat with him. Then he told me that I was the managing director in there and I served there more than 30 years. What happened? Right, I resigned there because of appointing the owner's son to the company as executive director. Above me, I was GM CEO. And small guy, you see that how can I report to a young guy like a 25-year-old guy with all this experience? I was very disappointed. And then I start my own company. Actually, his company was more better than that particular company, and this new company became the market leader actually in a short period of time. This IT equipment company. So similar stuff can be happen here. There may be possibility for conflicts. Right? So what do you think? Do you have any counter argument, or do you agree with that? So we'll make this more interesting, more interactive sessions. I prefer that. What do you think? So that can happen, right? Right. I'm talking, no, we are not talking at all, guys. Right. Then it say SML was engaged in the production of autoclave, aerated concrete AAC blocks produced using fly ash, a byproduct of the cement industry. AAC is a precast, lightweight form concrete building material that can be used to make concrete masonry unit blocks. An AAC block is a mixture of quartz, calcium sulfate, lime, cement, water, and aluminum powder. These blocks have low environment footprints and are thus considered to be a far more eco-friendly alternative compared to traditional clay bricks and cement blocks. So they are talking about this the new company's product AAC block. This is more environment friendly. You know about this low environment footprint. This is not much related with my subject. This is more relevant with auditing. Am I correct? When it comes to this environment footprint ESG reporting, for example, ESG reporting, it is there with auditing subject. Can someone confirm me? Yes. Right. So that is more relevant to auditing subject. Anyway, so here CSR aspect when you're talking about CSR, we can also consider this to some extent, but the broad extent, this is considered under the auditing subject. Integrated reporting, yes. Right. So sustainability, this is connect with the sustainability. Actually, 2 days back, I participated to a webinar, the global webinar that talk about the sustainability reporting actually, especially this environment aspect, ESG reporting. They are going to introduce a new accounting standard on that, right? So this is more relevant with that one. So more eco-friendly alternative compared to traditional clay bricks and cement blocks. It is also lightweight, load bearing, high insulating and durable building products. So this is ESG. I can say ESG. Then triple bottom, triple fee actually. Triple fee, that is not relevant with that. But triple fee. And someone let me know what is triple fee. That is not relevant for our syllabus. Anyway, just for understanding what triple fee. People, profit and parent, no. Those are three main considerations. People, profit and finance. When we talk about the finance, so this is applicable. These environment aspects in the environment. Right. SML production plant is in Puttalam, which consists of 3 autoclave machines with a total production capacity of 48 mole per day. In the year under review, production output was increased thanks to stringent monitoring of the autoclave cycle, increasing the number of operational shifts, and pursuing other efficiency improvement. Our production plant in Puttalam, no? So they have 3 machines. Machine capacity is 48 mole per day. All machine capacity per day is 48 mole. Right? So we were able to increase our output thanks to stringent monitoring of autoclave cycle and operational shift, more shift actually, and other efficiency improvement due to other efficiency improvement. Then AAC blocks are produced in 3 sizes and are ideally suited for whole construction application in high-rise building, residential unit, commercial unit, hospital, warehouses, factories, school, universities, hotels, and shopping mall. So these are examples for some of the building which can use the AAC blocks. In 2005, the board of directors of FCL took a unanimous decisions to go for an initial public offering IPO and also enter into real estate apartment housing scheme sector. With the IPO, we decided to enter into the real estate and apartment housing scheme sector, since there was a huge demand for them from the diaspora as well as local residents. Demand is coming from diaspora and the local resident. The group secretary Noan Abe Sekara worked out the necessary documentations. The Punchi Banda wanted to first incorporate a separate company to handle this sector with 100% ownership by CP. The necessary funds were raised from the IPO. Right. So with this IPO, we want to establish a new company, a real estate company. Punji Banda requests his son Kosal to be the managing director of this new company. So Kosal became the MD of this new company also, and develop it by applying the latest technology and processes of the construction industry. So he started to use newest technology on this. The new company was named Sunshine Real Estate and Residency Private Limited (SRERL). Before listing SCL on the Colombo Stock Exchange, Punchi Banda's brothers and sisters agreed to sell 30% of the shares of SCL held by them to Kosala. Interesting story. We listing SCL on Colombo Stock Exchange, Punchi Banda brothers and sisters agreed to sell 30% of the shares of SCL held by them to Kosala. Correct, no? Each brother and sister had 5%, no? Then 4 brothers, 2 sisters, 30%. That 30% was transferred to Kosala. Interesting one. Right? Brothers leave the business, left the business. And their current value to enable him to take Sunshine Group to the next level, as they trusted his innovative ability. Should be a good leader. Innovative ability, as suggested by the board, SCL was listed as a public limited company called Sunshine Construction PLC, SCP, on the Colombo Stock Exchange in 2005. And the new ownership structure of SCL was as follows, and it is maintained to date. It was listed in Colombo Stock Exchange. Now see this, for the public, they have issued 40%. Now, Funchibanda, 40%, Kosala Appuhami, 16%. That means 30% ownership had with the brothers and sisters. Then Kamal Veragama, that is accountant, Gamu Da Silva, that engineer, they now have 2%. Earlier, it was 5%, no? Now see this share ownership earlier. This was the earlier one. Then after IPO, you can see a different story. Earlier, Kunchibanda had 60%. Now he's having 40%. Kamal earlier 5%. Now 2%. Yamno also earlier 5%. Now 2%. Kosala earlier he didn't have anything. Now 16%. That is brothers and sisters portions. And general public 40%. All right. Then the new board of directors of SCP comprise the previous 7 directors with 2 new independent directors. 2 new independent directors, Hemaka Bandara and Bhuvaneka De Silva. Hemaka is a chartered engineer who is specialized in town planning and has expert knowledge in construction. Bhuvaneka is a chartered marketer as well as an economist who holds 3 master's degrees in 3 different fields of studies. Are well qualified guy, MBA, MCon, and MSc. Kosal was appointed as the managing director of SCP. Now, if you look at about this earlier 7 directors are there, 4 others, then right, Kunchibanda, and then 2 outsiders, a chartered accountant, chartered engineer. Now, 2 new guys were joined. 2 independent directors. Hemaka Bandara and Bhuvaneka De Silva. In the PLC, that is requirement, You should have this non-executive directors. Am I correct? From the total number of directors, this is relevant in the corporate governance, Am I correct? This is relevant in the corporate governance. So there are no information about the subcommittees, like board committee, risk committee, remunerations, nomination committee. Such informations are not there. But if you look at about the total number of directors, there are 9 directors, 2 are independent directors. What is requirement? 1/3. Am I correct? 1/3 is requirement. This is relevant to corporate governance, guys. Let me know. I'm not an expert in corporate governance. How many people? Non-executive directors? How many? 1/3, if I'm not mistaken. I think 1/3. In the board, can someone confirm? No one, no? 3 or 1/3, whichever is higher. This is not relevant here, Right? Yes, right. What has happened? 2, only that violate that minimum requirement. Right. So that about the history. Any questions? Up now, is that clear for you? Any questions that you want to raise? You complete the first part. First part is over. Historical overview. how the company was developed in the past. The first part. Any questions before moving to the current status of Sunshine Group? Right. Then we can move to the next. Next, we can move to the next. This current status of Sunshine Group. Guys, shall we have 1 minute water break? 1 minute. Huh? Right. Welcome back. So we'll look at about this current status of Sunshine Group. Sunshine Group has been successfully involved in the construction of building highways, road, apartment, bridges. Some of the online projects were held up due to the current economic downturn of the country, with majority of the completed government projects remaining unpaid for by the government. This is one of the problems this whole construction industry is facing. Government has not paid for the work done. Right. So I think in few budgets, in the previous few budgets, actually, they came up with some proposal to pay gradually, but I don't know about the current status. Therefore, actually, most of these construction companies were struggling since they didn't get the required fund. The same story is applicable to Sunshine Group also. The management of SCP has taken a decision not to quote for new government tenders. The management of SCP has taken a decision not to quote for new government tenders until the government settle the outstanding payment. They took a decision not to involve in the future government contract until they pay the dues. However, the board of directors of SCP requests its independent director Bonecker to explore new overseas markets such as India, Bangladesh, the Maldives, the Middle East, and African countries. They are thinking about some overseas market, export new overseas market, countries like India, Bangladesh, Maldives, Middle East, and African countries to secure new project to bridge the potential shortfall in revenue of the company. So what was the budget proposal we had on this construction industry? Give me 1 second. I can find my budget document. You want? Yes. Unfortunately, single I have found this. See whether I can find English one also. Again the single. Right. Could you please give me 1 minute? Right, I have printed one. Still I printed one. I found my printed document. Give me 1 second. I read what is there uh, regarding this construction sector. Yes, 40. Number 14, page number 164. Support for the construction sector. Right. So what examiner can probably do is he may extract the point from this within the unseen part. Shall I read what is there? Right. The construction sector can be identified as one of the most depressed sectors in the recent past due to various reasons like COVID-19 pandemic, economic crisis, import restriction, etc. The construction sector underwent a huge crisis. Considering this situation, we expect to conduct new experiment to support them. Government want to do some new experiment to support them. Government agencies will provide. See, it is a nice, interesting proposal relevant to this. See whether you can find out these English versions, then I can share the document with you. Find it. Anyway, I will tell you the page. Maybe you can work on that. Single pages, I will show the number 40. What do you see? You find the English one, huh? Sorry, that I failed to find that one. Here English one is also there, no? So that's my mistake. Sorry. At all three languages are there, right? On 64. number has been changed. Now here this, I think this document is 61. Rehabilitation and construction. Now it has been changed with my document. Right, what it says is, now see this, what they are saying that some of the example have been given. I propose to allocate 2 billion in the year 2022 rehabilitate the road damaged by the flood in order to reduce the suffering undergone by the people. Action will also be taken to repair Karagoda beach across the Kalani river and complete the remaining work of the Rajamawati in Badul. These are opportunities actually. Right. In addition to that one, we find that 1 second. Budget speech. Right. Anyway, just I will read what is given here. It take time otherwise. It say this government agency will provide free lands. Government agencies will provide free lands. We will allow construction companies to construct building on those lands according to the plan of the respective government agencies. After construction, these institutions will pay monthly rent to the construction company. These are some of the proposals they have given. Government agencies will provide free lands. Government agencies, right? They say we will allow construction companies to construct building on those land according to the plan of the respective government agencies. After construction, these institutions will pay monthly rent to the construction company. It's a new business proposal by the government. They give the land free. Then ask construction company to develop it. Then these government agencies pay monthly rent to the construction company. Right? Upon recovering the construction cost and receiving corresponding dividends, the full ownership of the building will be handed over to government agency. So in the later, the construction company have to hand over the ownership to the government companies. The construction of a new building complex of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be implemented as the first pilot project. These are opportunities. Examiner can give this information in unseen part. We hope to implement a new program aimed at uplifting living condition of the people living in the urban estate housing complex and developing of the construction sector. We will give the construction industry the responsibility of building large houses and shopping mall in urban estate in Colombo City. We will give those land to them for free. They say they give land free. Then ask this the only condition they will have to fulfill is to provide new houses to people residing in that estate. If these families ask for houses in that housing complex, they should be given a house in this urban estate. If these families ask for houses in another place, the construction company should fulfill that request. Land is given free of charge by the government. Then they have to do the constructions work in there. Then government will give rent for them. Right? Even another one suggested is to develop some large houses for people. Then people will probably pay the rent to the construction company. So this is one of the suggestions. Government give free lands. So keep that one in your mind. This is the point I have highlighted here. Right? Right. Then Sunshine Real Estate Residency Private Limited. SRER is a real estate and property development company with a BOI approval, multi-story condominium, a mixed development located in the heart of Kollupitiya, Colombo. So the budget proposal may be an opportunity for this company. Right? It comprised 22 luxury unit with a total floor area of 582,000 square feet that include a saleable area of 410,000 square feet. Right. They have condominium properties. No, they can expand that one in the later with this new opportunities in the market. And value integration into every aspects, from its premium location to the finest quality product and world-renowned brand that offer potential owners both a perfect home and a solid investment. The development comprises a large national standard, including swimming pool, disabled parking and access, a sewerage treatment plant, and rainwater harvesting infrastructure, among other features. They are talking about this, the other facilities available. No, this condominium project is structurally designed to withstand earthquake, measuring up to a magnitude of 6 on the Richter scale, even though Colombo has been classified as a seismic zone, 0 under the international building codes. But we have taken action on this one. Precaution actions are already taken when constructing this one. With this unique curvilinear design, the fine finishes, prime location, and superior construction techniques, it is comparable to any high-end condominium complex in any part of the world. Now, this is one of the best in the world. Now we know about our slogan. Our slogan is for the group slogan, timely and high quality delivery. SRER always focus on the meeting the group expectation. Kosal follow his father's footsteps and with his innovative approach to achieving high growth in the context of the current economic downturn of the country with the help of Boneka, who is an expert in marketing. There is a new guy coming. What is the name of the new guy? Boneka, who is an expert in marketing. Bonek advised Kosala, the managing director of SCP, that SREL should have a marketing strategy and a campaign to attract the diaspora overseas, especially in Canada, UK, and United States, US. And the diaspora has been mentioned a few times, no? So that's a possible market for them too, right? SREL is currently developing a prime land located in Jawaharlal Kotte, the center of the capital city, to build and sell individual unit. There's another project going on, right, in Jawaharlal Kotte. This project was held up due to the scarcity of raw material and high prices caused by the restriction on import. Now, that's a problem. These are threats. Scarcity of raw material, high prices. At the moment, we have hold the project. Currently, after the relaxation of import restrictions, the prices have come down. Hence, the management decided to restart the project and market it among the local as well as overseas buyers. SREL focus on this niche customer base locally as well as internationally, and the company is flexible enough to customize each condominium apartment to suit the specific customer requirement. Right, again recommence this one. And now see the flexible enough to customize each condominium apartment to suit the specific customer requirement. More customer orientations, no? That's a fantastic thing, right? It show more customer orientation, more customer orientations. So unique, right? Then they are giving some information about this SML one. So see this one, initially the group information, then SRER informations. Then thirdly, they are giving the SML group, that manufacturing one, the blocks one. So we'll look at about that one also. SML has steadily increased its percent across the construction value chain through strategic investment in setting up production plant that provide key construction related input to support SCB project operation around the country. Plant capacity expansion are planned ahead of time through the annual capital expenditure plan, while annual budget allocations drive continuous and ongoing maintenance and improvement at all plant. Now see this one, they say that SML has steadily increased its percent of the construction value chain through strategic investment in setting up production plants that provide key construction related inputs. So the examiner has mentioned about value chain, guys. So you have to study this. So this, see this construction value chain. Right. So this is an area you can focus. Right, but example say is similar steady increase person across the construction value chain through strategic investment, setting up production plant that provide key construction related input to support SCP project operation around the country. Actually, this supply chain more focus about this in the industry value chain mean here they focus about actually supply chain. So you can give attention on this one supply chain. Now, so we started to do the work of some other partners with the suppliers actually. Right? We start to perform the work of the suppliers, right? In this through this particular company, supply chain, key construction related input to support SCP's project commercialization around the country, plant capacity expansion are planned ahead of time through the annual capital expenditure plan. Plant capacity expansion are planned ahead of time through the annual capital expenditure plan. That means we want to expand our business capacity. While annual budget allocation drive continuous and ongoing maintenance and improvement all plant. The company is collaborating with the research and development unit of the Road Development Authority to develop an innovative solution to appropriately modify the aspirate wearing posts and bind it to enhance the durability of road surfaces. That's good actually. We are involved in research, R&D activities also. Should be a strength, no? If you are doing a SWOT analysis, this one. Right? Should be a strength. Having this collaboration with some of the organizations. Focusing on R&D also strength. Right. Then it say SML use the following strategies in its manufacturing operations. SML use the following strategies in its manufacturing operation. Make to stock. Goods are produced by predicting the market and they are produced regardless of orders being received. Make to order. Goods are produced when orders are received, making it easier to control inventory. What is this one? If you remember what you have learned on the ordering system, can someone let me know what is this? Ordering system. This is push, no? Push ordering system. Next one, this is pull ordering. So look at that part carefully. Push and pull. The company manufactures, processes the following input related to construction based on the above strategies. AAC block, soil sand, bricks, concrete mix. Now there's an interesting sentence given. What it say is, however, due to the current economic setback, SML has lost the local market share and incur losses during financial year 2022-23. So most of the companies suffer losses during 2022. Right. Then look at the management processes of Sunshine Group. The general management, the board of directors of SCP is responsible for formulating group policies, and there is a newly created vice chairman position at SCP. It was filled by Kosal. While father is there, Kosal was appointed as vice chairman, who was already assigned the responsibility of monitoring the activities of SML. The managing director of SML, Sompal, was requested to report directly to the vice chairman on administrative activities. Earlier also we found this story, no? I told you that there may be some conflicts. No, now see what has happened. The managing director of SML, Somapal, very experienced guy. We'll check about this Somapal. If you remember, this Somapal was requested to report to this young guy, Kosal, that will be complex. Earlier also we found similar information. I say that there may be possible conflicts. Now this is the now SML. See this one. I told you this story name. Somapal is the MD. No. Now what has happened? Now this 25 years old guy was appointed initially as executive director. Then later what has happened? He was appointed as the vice president, vice chairman actually of the company. Now there's a huge chance for conflicts. I give example also, right? So maybe having conflicts. So this interesting area, guys. So more uh, area for testable. Testing area. Right. Earlier also we found similar informations. So he's giving some hint for you. Right. Then look at this ERP. Definitely testable area. ERP is a testable area. Now, so give more weight on this ERP. Now, what they are telling. SCP Sri Lanka leading infrastructure development solution provider has chosen the latest version of the enterprise resource planning application, SAP ERP 6.0, to streamline its core business operation and improve the efficiency of the IT reporting environment across its corporate office and site office in the country. SCP is associated with the region's largest and most prestigious civil engineering project involved in the construction of bridges and flyovers, road and highways. Non-story harbors, water supply scheme and laying of optical fiber backbone. Sunshine Group with a workforce of 1,500 has executed more than 50 projects to date and has been the strength behind many infrastructure development programs across the island. The SAP solution is intended to boost organization-wide project management capabilities and improve visibility and control throughout the life cycle of project. For the project management purpose, they are going to use these ERP applications. So then it's very easy to manage these different type of projects. So definitely there may be some questions. So give me 1 second. We'll check what are the possible questions. What are the previous question raisers? Give me 1 second. There was a question in 2020 March. Check that. Now we'll see what was the question first. Now see the questions. Advise how an enterprise resource planning could contribute to improve the business performance of XYZ. Now similar question can be tested here. Right? Now if you look at about this one, so similar questions can be tested. Now here, So these are possible questions. Possible questions. Now, if you look at about the study facts, for example, now if you look at the ERP part here, so nothing much actually. Only small things is there. ERP. Now see this, only small informations. This is all. You have to familiarize with this information. Plus look at about that past paper question and the answer. So give more attention on this area, ERP. There's another question. Good. 21 December, no? Question number 3, B2. 2 questions. Rohit, you have suggested this question, no? Question number 3. B2. I have my phone. Yes, yes. Can't be because I found from my analysis only one question I found this one. See, this one only one question tested in the new syllabus for the ERP. I thought that is a mistake from my end. Right. So you found that questions. Then I will move to the next part. Human resources part. Human capital plays a vital role in the ongoing success of Sunshine Group, as each and every employee contribute to the day-to-day operation and support the achievement of the group broader strategic objectives. That means, yes, focus about HR, there may be some general HR questions. Possibility to check some general HR questions. Now, if you look at about the last time paper, for example, we'll show you 1 second. Look at the last time questions paper. Now see these general questions he has tested. Now see this one, assess the most appropriate HRM strategy for implementing business strategy at the operation level. So similar questions. He can talk about HRM strategies, suggest some HRM strategies, right? Now human resources separately given. Therefore, focus on that. He may ask how to create more value for people on people, how to create more value from HR. Similar questions can be tested, right? So we'll see the information is given here. Human resources. Human capital plays a vital role in the ongoing success of Sunshine Group as each and every employee contribute to the day-to-day operation and support the achievement of the group's broader strategic objective. That's a general statement. HR at SCP are centralized under the purview of the Human Resource Department, centralized. So within one place, it is handled. The HRD is charged with ensuring the company comply with the applicable labor laws. Labor laws applicable to SCP are the Shop and Office Employees Act number 19 of 1954, Wages Board Ordinance, EPF Act, ETF Act, and Payment of Gratuity Act of Sri Lanka. These are some of the factors that you can use while you are constructing the pestle analysis. These are under legal environment. You can consider these aspects. Legal environment in pestle. Give me 1 second. Right. Now, what are the problems they have mentioned here? During the financial year 21-22, new laws were introduced to increase the minimum wage law. Sunshine Group has not fully complied with all the set changes of these new laws. Legal risks. If you are analyzing the risks in these organizations, again, this auditing part. Then, the vice chairman of SCP pointed out that the group has not considered the allowances paid to workers when calculating the monthly contribution to EPF ETF by the company. The finance director, Kamal, mentioned that letters were obtained from the employees when joining the group, confirming that they were comfortable with the management decision of not considering allowances in computing the monthly EPF ETF contributions. So they can't behave like that. Violation of laws, legal risks. They can face a lot of legal consequences. It's a threat for the organization's survival, actually. Breach of laws. It's a threat. Legal risks. I remember a similar incident while I was working in one of the organizations as administration manager. Right. What was happened was there was a letter from the janitorial company to increase the salary of the janitorial employee in order to meet the minimum requirement of the government. Government increased the minimum salary. Then they asked me to pay additional amount to meet that requirement. Then one day I asked one of the janitorial employee to come and meet me. Then I asked whether EPF is paid from your salary. Then he raised me a question, what is EPF? He didn't know what is EPF. Then I give more point for him, and then I asked some questions, and I asked whether the EPF amount is reduced from your salary. Then the guy told me when he joined, after the first salary, he found that there was a reduction in the salary sheet. Then he asked why you did that from the respective manager. Then he said that something like that, some requirement like that. Then I told him, don't do it again. Right? I threatened that guy, don't reduce any amount of my salary. Then that guy got a letter from me. Then I signed that one. Similar thing actually. Got a letter not to reduce the EPF. Right? Then actually I explained the legal situation for him. Then he said, Hari sir, මම බලා ගන්නම්. He told me that නාරායන් පිට හිටිය පොඩි වත්තක හිටියේ මිනිසයා. මම කිව්වා මම දන්නවා උතර ලේබර් එකේ කට්ටිය අඳුරනවා මම ගිහලා බලා ගන්නම් කියලා කිව්වා. Right? So you can't avoid the responsibility by taking action like this. Right? Any questions related to that? I see this a lot of HR informations. Again, see, he's talking about the HR information systems. So definitely there will be questions covering this HR part. No, it is relevant with what is learned, so nothing to worry. So there is no chance to just these contemporary areas. Right. HR information system, HRIS. I think this point is not relevant for me. I think it's relevant to CH Lanka. I think the questions we have asked. Right. So HRIS currently in place, record and generate report according to employee attendance. Right. During the year under review, work was initiated to migrate to a new HRIS called HR Meet. So we are planning to migrate from old one to new one. The new system, which is expected to go live during financial year 2023-24, will create a platform to integrate key modules. Will create a platform to integrate key modules, including training and development, performance appraisal, recruitment, time attendance, as well as management information system. These are general model you can find from HR system. Although the Sunshine Group maintain HRIS, it take more than 45 days to update HR information on construction site located in different places, and sometimes there are errors when feeding information manually by the data entry staff. So these are risks actually. Risks. The group maintain a non-discriminatory approach to offer equal opportunity to all employees, regardless of their gender, age, religion, political opinion, social origin, or any other status protected by law. That's fine. It's a strength. Good one. Sunshine Group respect UN Convention on the Right of the Child and Principle 5 of the UN Global Compact regarding child labor. According the group has included stringent verifications control as part of the selection process to ensure all new recruitment comply with the minimum wage regulation as stipulated by Sri Lanka's labor law. Minimum wage requirements are fulfilled. However, site managers from outstation have recruited children as helpers, considering the economic difficulties and issues faced by their families, but they were not assigned any heavy work. It's violating the law, right? You may face repercussions, legal risks. Bonecker, one of the independent directors who head the audit committee, is not interested. Audit committee is there. See, earlier we thought that it is not there, it is there. Bonecker, one of the independent director who head the audit committee, is not interested in having regular financial review committee meetings. Issue, no, I think as for I think SEC guideline, I think minimum 4 audit committee meeting. Am I correct? Someone confirm that one? I think at least 4 should be conducted, no, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Connect with the auditing subject. Right. He's not interested in having regular financial review committee meetings since he is not well versed in financial accounting as well as internal control procedures of an organization. The major areas to be reviewed by an audit committee. Yes. This guy is not an expert. That's why actually, for example, if you look at about this bank corporate governance, clearly say the chairman of the audit committee should have a financial background. Therefore, in most of the bank, what they do normally is appoint the CA member as the head of the audit committee. Now, there's an issue about this independent director, Bonecker, right? So, issue is he's not good in financial accounting aspects as well as internal control procedures. Normally, job is to review whether internal controls are properly designed and executed, no? So that is not happening in these organizations. And this matter was discussed at the recent board meeting, and majority of the directors proposed that in order to have an effective audit committee, it is best for Warnecker to be replaced by Kosal as the chairman of the audit committee, since he is knowledgeable in finance and the system of SCP. No, can't, no. Normally, audit committee chairman should be independent one. Am I correct? This guy is not independent. No? This is a little bit more auditing. Very little relevance to my subject. It was further observed that this will enhance the scope of the committee and help improve the internal control system as well as the financial reporting standard of SCP. Since there were no objection, the company secretary was directed to seek advice and take necessary action to prepare an appropriate board paper for the next board meeting. No, this can't be done. This is a listed company, right? Can't be done. Right. Any more questions, guys? I will move to the next one, the group performance and future strategies. The finance director tabled a brief board paper on the group performance during financial year 2023, 2022 and 23 at the recent board meeting to draw attention to the current status of the industry as well as the future direction of the group. Refine action one. So later we'll come back to on this one about financial performance. Now they are explaining the financial performance. Now we'll see this next one day. This is the next one. Now if you look at the profit, what has happened? Drop, no? Group profit drop. Company performance also drop. Almost half. So operating profit, gross profit, both have come down. You can do some ratio analysis to get some understanding on this one, but less related with our subject, but just to get some understanding. And even if the performance is deviating, decreasing, you can identify it as a weakness. I have done some this ratio analysis. See, this gross profit margin has come down. Net profit margin has come down. ROA has come down. Return on equity has come down. Current ratio come down. Quick ratio come down. Asset turnover ratio also decline. Debt to equity ratio has increased. That means debt has been increased. Not good situations. Interest coverage ratio also come down. So I have done a small analysis based on this. Right. Now, the financial performance has been illustrated further. So according to him, group revenue had dropped by 13% compared to the previous year, while the revenue of the company had decreased by 24%. Group performance plus compared performance has come down. The gross profit ratio of the group had come down to 14% from 22% in the previous year. 14% from 22 in the previous year, while SCB gross profit had come down to 16.6% to 90% in financial year 2022-23. He further pointed out that this was mainly due to the low revenue of SML. SML loss of 38 million for financial 2022-23. This group profit fund has come down 14% to 21.75. Is that matching our figures? Correct, no? So it's roughly 22%, no? It's 14% now, right? Right. Loss. We experience loss. Chairman wanted to have a special board meeting after going through the financial performance of financial year 2022-23. The chairman highlighted the continuous drop in performance, especially as SML, with the market demand for product dropping by 60% compared to financial 2018-19. And the company incurring losses and experienced a rise in trade receivable by 50% compared to financial year 2018-19. SML is struggling, no? Their performance dropped by 60%. Trade receivable has also increased. Will you check this one? Now its group, it has increased, no trade receivable. You see this one? But company is a different story. Revenue, will see the company, the revenue has, this is sharply, it has come down. On this profit, no, significant drop, no. That's true. Right. He stated that industry will not he stated that the industry will not bounce back quickly, even though there are some positive signs of recovery of the Sri Lankan economy following the domestic debt restructuring procedures. It will take some time. The chairman further pointed out that the group working capital management policy should be reviewed since the large pending projects were accounted for under inventories, and last year progress of these projects was poor. We are struggling in working capital management. We have to review that one. Also, the trade receivable of the group and SAP have gone beyond the group credit policy of maximum of 45 days. That means people are not paying. No? He requests the vice chairman of SCP also to recommend alternative strategy to overcome these situations, which has an adverse effect on the group since they have a very expensive modern plant and machinery that were not utilized at full capacity due to the low demand and tight financial positions. So this is a low demand is a threat. Tight financial position is something come inside weakness. More, the bank is also putting pressure due to the outstanding overdraft, basically urging that debts of the group need to be restructured. Lot of issues company is facing. The board of directors requests the finance director to renegotiate with the bank, explain the current situation of the group and the fact that excessive interest rate offered by the bank for overdraft and terms loans are 70% and 50% respectively, which are excessive compared to the current average market rate of 40% and 12%. Something wrong. That means so they have add more risk premium. No, they have given the loan at a higher interest rate that indicate that the company risk is high. Kosal, while agreeing with his father about the current financial state of SCP, said that the proposal of the bank for restructuring of debt should be viewed positively as the construction industry has bright prospect. However, increasing the value-added tax rate from 15 to 18% with effect from January 2024 will have an impact on the future operation of the group. It's a threat, no? A threat for our survival, right? Threat. The finance director pointed out that due to the excessive import restriction enforced by the government of Sri Lanka, the supply chain of the group has been adversely affected and poor quality of raw material being purchased to meet the current requirement of the group at a higher cost after accounting for waste. It's a threat. This is weakness. You have purchased poor quality of raw material. He suggested acquiring one or two local manufacturing establishments as a strategy to have good quality product and maintain the company's visions. It may be more connected with the financial management, but so normally it's not a wise decision to acquire another company, you know. one or two companies while you are struggling financially, this is something to be think deeply. This should be considered. But this is the right strategy. Acquiring one or two local manufacturing establishment. This is the right strategy while you are struggling. More connect with the financial management. Right. Go to the next para. Sunshine Group did not declare dividend for the last 4 years, although the group had a good reputation for declaring dividends of 50-60% of profit. We are struggling now. We have moved to a zero dividend policy. Attributable to the equity holders previously, earlier we have paid, but now we have stopped paying. All the way since its inception. This is more connected FM, no? The chairman brought to the notice of the director that until the economy reach stability and the company become financially strong, profit will not be distributed as they need to be accumulated to meet future development expansion need. A few investors of SCP are not happy with the management decision and are willing to dispose of their shares. Trend. The current market price of the SCP share is 159, which is the lowest price it has ever been. Lower than its net asset value. These are a lot of issues. Right. These are trade ongoing problems. Right. The beta values finance information. There are some information given. No? The beta value of SCB is 1.20 and the market risk premium is 7%. That means our risk is more than the market risk. No. So more than one mean our risk is higher than the market risk. The beta value finance information of peer company and market information are as follows. Two companies have been good, but both companies beta value is more than us. That means compare with them, we are okay. That means all companies in the industry struggling. No? These are connect with this UFM subject, this one. So finance information, we have looked at that one. Right, any questions, guys? You can raise the questions. Any questions? Then there are two annexures given. Two articles actually as annexure 2. The first one is Sri Lanka construction market overview and forecast. And you can go to the original article actually. If you click here, you can find the original article. If you click here, you can go to that article. This one. There's another one given. You can click here and go to the original article and read that one. The detailed one. So you can read this one, you can get more point. Because within this case study, yes, include some summary, For example, I try to analyze this to some extent. See this one. I summarize the key point in the articles. Original article actually. Right. So we'll go through the two articles shared here. First article, what is the name of the first article? Sri Lanka construction market overview and forecast. This is the future. Forecast information. 2023 to 2027. The Sri Lanka construction market is expected to contract by 14.9% in real terms in this year. What do you think? Is this good? No, this is straight no. It is shrinking. Right? Right. Then real terms this year down from global data's previous estimate of a 7.95 decline owing to the ongoing economic and political crisis, steep currency depreciation, rising inflations. All can be used while you are doing the price analysis. These factors can be used. These are some of the threats actually. Right. So earlier prediction was 7.9%, but now that has been adjusted. The expected rate is 14.9%. Contract actually. So what happened is, it is shrinking, no? Decreasing, not good. According to the latest report released by the ADB in April 2023, the domestic currency depreciated by 14.8% against the US dollar in 2022. We all know that. This affect to the raw material price, no, if we are importing raw material. In January 2023, the government announced that it will cut its recurrent budget expenditure by 6% in 2022 in a bid to tackle the finance crisis and seek IMF financial support. Moreover, the cabinet approved a proposal to release some public employee salaries to manage public finances. Yes, but I think budget they have changed that one. No, decided to increase the salaries. These are all expected to wait on both economic and construction industry both in the coming quarters. So you can consider these factors while you are doing this question analysis plus SWOT analysis. Especially there are a few threats you can add in your SWOT analysis. Further waiting on construction activity is the suspension of major infrastructure project due to financial issues, owing to an increase in foreign debt and increase in tax revenue, decrease in tax revenues. So government has stopped some of the project. It affects us. It's a threat again for our survival. It's a threat. According to World Bank, as of December 2023 to EU, Sri Lanka has an external debt burden of around 16.7 trillion. US dollars 52 billion. Of that, 40% is owed to private creditors, including financial institutions, while the rest is owed to bilateral creditors, of which China, Japan, and India are the largest. All known story, well known story for. Despite near-term challenges, the medium to long-term growth prospect of the Sri Lankan construction industry are expected to be positive, but we think it will be some positive environment for the construction industry. Assuming an improvement in economic stability and resumption of investment in transport, housing, and renewable energy, project and government policy to promote manufacturing and export, the Sri Lankan construction industry is expected to register an average annual growth of 5.6 from 2024 to 2027. This is opportunity, no? This is opportunity. Increasing the growth rate. Picking up from the low base in 2022 and 2023, in January 2023, India's state-owned railway company, Indian Railway Construction International, Indian Railway is considered as one of the best in the world, no? So you can study that one. So how they convert that traditional inefficient railway service into a more modern, more efficient railway systems, railway service actually. Right. So they are also doing a project. What is the projects? India state-owned railway company, Indian Railway Construction International, launched a LKR 28.9 billion US value 90 million program for the updation of the railway tracking Jaffna. Growth of the forecast period will also be supported by a bailout loan aimed at helping the country overcome its financial crisis. In March 2023, International Monetary Fund approved LKR 9,624 billion, 3 billion bailout of Sri Lanka for a period of 7 years to support recovery from its first financial crisis. Non story. There's another article. This may be more useful for five houses and investors. Sri Lanka's property market and future trends. You'll see Sri Lanka's property market has emerged as a vibrant and dynamic sector presenting a plethora of opportunities for investors and developers with a strategic location, growth in economy and focus infrastructure development. The country real estate landscape poised for substantial growth in the coming years. These are opportunities actually. All these are opportunities. Strategic locations, growing economy, focus on infrastructure development. The property market has experienced steady growth, fueled by rapid urbanization and population expansion. The World Bank estimated the Sri Lanka urban population stood at 18.8% in 2020, indicating a shift toward urban centers. This trend has created robust demand for residential, commercial, and mixed-use properties, particularly in major cities such as Colombo, Kandy, and Goa. These are opportunities actually. And most of these things can be used under Pestel. Pestel. The country's urbanization coupled with the rising middle class and increasing purchasing power has contributed to sustainable growth and stability of the property market. Foreign direct investment, FDIs have played a pivotal role in shaping Sri Lanka's property market. The country's strategic location, coupled with supportive government policies, has attracted significant inflows of FDI. According to the Board of Business of Sri Lanka, the country received US $600 million in FDI so far in 2023, demonstrating the confidence of international investors in the potential of Sri Lanka's real estate sector. First use, no? Speaking to the Sunday Morning Business, Iconic Development Manager Director Rohan Parikar stated that the shortage of apartments in the Sri Lanka property market was imminent, which would nearly lead to a surge in property prices. Opportunity, this one opportunity. This impending shift is a consequence of the recent economic crisis, which has slowed down new development, with the current inventory in Colombo expected to sell out soon and a limited number of new projects in the pipeline. The demand for apartment will soon outstrip. He further noted that this could pose challenges for prospective homeowners seeking affordable housing in the city, while potentially benefiting existing property owners and investors. So opportunity is there. Right, meeting a surge in demand will be a significant challenge for the property sector. The economic crisis has led to a contractions in the sector, forcing many developers to hold operation due to financial constraints. This, coupled with the high cost of construction, VAT, and import duties, has created a challenging environment for developers to initiate new projects. Parikar notice. These are threats, no? These two earlier also we have found similar stuffs. High cost of constructions, then VAT increase, import duties, all are threats for business survival. Right. So that's the end of reading the case studies. Now you got a lot of points actually while we are reading this. What are the the main analysis you can conduct it. So we'll look at some of the main analysis you can conduct it. So one, you can start your work with the SWOT analysis. That should be the starting point. While you are reading, you can construct a SWOT analysis, FESTEL, 5 forces. Then order generic strategies. Then the Bowman's strategy block. You can't forget ANSOP for SMN subject. This is the most favorable area of the examiner. ANSOP product market expansion lead. Then we saw that ERP was tested. Look at this HR matters, HR, supply chain and value chain. Then internationalization also. We saw that we are planning to go to some foreign countries. There may be certain theories he can test. Diamond. Anything else? The 12C model. So a lot of things actually. Here you can test. Say spectra. You carefully look at because internationalization topic. This last topic is 10% of your syllabus. So they have mentioned that they're planning to go to some foreign countries. Within the unseen, they may have given some information and asked you to apply one of the internationalization topics. The innovation was so often discussed. No? Therefore, even innovation diffusion model may be testable. Risks of research and development, those things, innovation and R&D. Internationalization, like I mentioned about the viewpoint of seed framework, maybe. Yeah, diamond model. Diamond we have already identified. The scaling framework is another one. And PLCs, I already mentioned that. Each PLCs all can be distributed. They have mentioned few countries like India, Bangladesh, they are planning. So examiner can test those stuffs very easily. So anything else? Even CSR. I have to do the analysis document. It will take time, guys. So see, we probably will share that one. It will take time. You can't do this analysis 1 day or 2 days. No, it's not practical. You have to spend time and do it. I can share the document done up to now with you if you want. So give me 1 second. I will share the document now. Done up now. Hope you have received. I share. I will share this this document also. I can share this one also. Right. All right. Shall I share this document also? Give me 1 second. You know, 1 second. I can find this thing. I can find this one. A few versions. Yes. I share that one also. I hope you have received 2 documents. Hope you have received. And someone confirm whether you have received it or not. All right. Any questions, guys? I hope you got something from my discussions. Now it is your time to raise any questions you have. So you can raise any questions. ඕගොල්ලෝ අහන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් මයික් එක ඔන් කරලා අහන්න පුළුවන්. අන්මියුට් කරලා අහන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. No, HR is a general one. You can't say that what is the possible sub area. Very tough. Generally, you look at about this HR area. Now see this. If you look at about this document, now see what I have done here is SWOT analysis. This is a small one, right? You can expand this one, right? Further, see these photogenic strategies I have identified what the strategy they are following. seem to follow a differential strategy by offering high quality innovative construction solutions and building a strong brand reputations. They are focused on quality, time delivery, and unique product offering like AAC block align with this strategy. Then you can do a first analysis detail one, is very small one. Leadership style. So he's a transformation leader. Inspiring and motivating employees, focusing on innovations and leading the company through significant growth and diversifications. Then Fortress 5 forces, here I have done a small analysis, threat of movement is moderate, because you need substantial investment here. Bargaining power supply high, because there are some import restrictions. Customer bargaining power is also high, right? Especially government, threat of substitutes, moderate. Rivalry is also high. Now this culture is one of the area that which are focused. Normally SCMP seem to have a strong family-oriented collaborative culture with a focus on teamwork, community development, employee development. Even handy may be a ideal one. Handy classifications of culture may be ideal one. Big data, you do the analysis. Big data, maybe, right? They can analyze some of the data. This cloud computing, this 6.0, you probably go with the cloud computing. So you can do more analysis actually. Just I started my analysis. I try to summarize the stuffs, then it's much easier. Right. Any more questions, guys? Right. If there are no questions, we can wind up. We'll see whether Aruna is there. Aruna, I think we can wind up the session. Aruna, if you are there, please let me know. I hope the sessions done today was useful for you. Right, and thank you very much for participating in the sessions. So we are willing to help you at any time. So you can get any clarifications from me. So I will include my number also here. Right. So then you can get any clarification later. Right. Okay. Right. Thank you very much and good night.